Good morning to everyone. Today I am academic counselor H. Biswas. Today MMPH-003, Human Resource Planning, block number 4, the unit number 11 and 12. So today is the last block. There are 2 units in the block number 4. That's a contemporary trends and issues of human resource planning. There are 2 units, unit number 11 and unit number 12. So unit number 11 is your contemporary trends in HRP, and unit number 2 is your issues and challenges. So these 2 units are bifurcated. 11 units basically what are the trends is going on for the HRP globally and domestic and internationally. And unit number 12, what are the issues and challenges? Here is the content of the particular 2 units. Now let's go for unit number 11. There are some, first of all, the introduction. We have to see the introductions. Then pre-pandemic trends. As we know, the pandemic has occurred in 2020, March 2020. Then at least 1.5 years, at least up to there are 2 or 3 terms has been given by the mutations and whatever the things has circulated. So 1.5 years at least we have suffered globally. So that pre-pandemic trends, what was there in the HR systems, and after that, what are the trends is going on, which we have learned from that COVID time. That is the things are there. So that basically this unit is totally new, fresh, and a lot of things are totally new. It is not a very old things. And post-pandemic trends also have to see. And then implementation of the contemporary trends. So how to implement all these things. So that is very important units. Now let's see the briefing, the brief of the things in HRP. Now the new strategy is included. I mean, HRP planning as usual it was there, but now we have to think, we have to incorporate in a strategic point of view where the acquisitions, utilizations, improvement, and preservations of its human resources are to be included. So that is a new strategy are included. So management is engaged in these endeavors in order to coordinate the needs of the various employers and their ability. It is obvious that the field of HRM is evolving and expanding. New technology, new knowledge is being produced, and the levels and types of performance standards will rise. And there is a pressure on the HR sector from a number of directions. So now earlier the HR department was very comfortable positions, means whatever the development, training, as such the stereotype things are things, and maybe the minor modifications, new schemes has launched, but now that is not sufficient nowadays. Now you have to see from the different dimensions. You have to see from the health point of view, from the skilling, upskilling, training, retraining, in a very wide range. Your idea and the imagination will be, it is the emergence of all these things. So global thinking has changes, outlook has changes. So to cope up with all the situations, so HR sectors has a number of directions of this. Now you see here some of the HRP trends. What are the trends as given? That is your, it is encompasses, the HRP trends are encompasses by the prioritizing the employees' wellness, the management of the work ecosystems, skilling, upskilling, retraining, discovering the right talents, grooming the workforce, the use of the artificial intelligence, and DEI, that's the diversity, equity, and inclusion in Scotland. These are all are the area from the strategic point of view. We have to look after and to try to strengthen and implement the things, all these things. So it is basically the diagram, that picture shows the pre-pandemic trends. Then if I see some of the things that there, what are the objectives behind it? That is basically the global scenario. The global scenario in the HRP, and then some of the even in the HRP Indian scenario also. So both the things you have to see and then compare it, and post-pandemic trends. So there are three aspects you have to objectives you have to see with. Then basically it is your strategy, HRE, HRP, basically you have to take as a strategy, and forecasting the future needs. So where you have to forecast the future needs of your HRP in the company, how many people are required, and then how to develop the things, what type of training is required. These are all area you have to decide and give a direction for the future needs. And to function in certain circumstances, and all these functions are certain circumstances are there. Based on this, you have to fit the things. Trends like because the globalization, there are a lot of changes going on, and the changing the demographic changes also there. So considering all these things, we have to which are the best things are available in the market and or really need for your organizations, that you have to decide and implement the things. The prioritizing your first thing, prioritizing employees' wellness. Now it is important. It's a cool. Now you see there are wellness. What is there? Wellness in the case of earlier it's not there, because you see during the COVID time we have observed what the health points are very vital at times. People have automatically disease are so spreaded so fastly that immunity of the humans was not there. Because of that, they are fall sick, and lot of cases, as you know, everything. So that's why the health and wellness is a light by the pandemic, because it is giving a light to us to how to maintain our health conditions and how to well-being of the employees. Then another thing, the policy implementation, because earlier it was not such a policy from the health point of view. There were no policies. So now the policy are implemented, basically the wellness-related policies. Then your stress levels is cater the pandemic, because you see because of this pandemic, lot of stress and strain in the mind. People are mentally sick and they don't know what to do. Lot of financial problem was there, mental problem. So both the problem are clubbed, and it is beyond the capacity of the employers and the employees. And the audit and their families, because from the family point of view, a lot of audits were there. And as you know, everything in my market, your volatilities, market was not stable, inflations, everything has clapped all together. So physical and emotional health. So it is all a part of your prioritizing the employee wellness part is there. Now, then you see, that's why most of the companies, they have started the fitness programs, where they have to take some proactive programs they have taken, how to take care of the health of the employees and how to well-being of the employees. That way they have cleared things. Then second is your management of the workforce ecosystems. Management of the workforce of ecosystem. If we consider in the right clockwise, so you see the second circle is your management of workforce ecosystems. Why it is this? These are actually full-time employees. the full-time employees and your contingency workers, free uh, your free there are full access, and there are some of the your HR values are following the chain partners, the post in the pandemic era, all are part of your uh, management workforce ecosystems. Now the reskilling and upskilling, they are basically is a part of your training and development. They have to consider, see all these things, how best they can do it, what type of training is really required to increase the productivity and morale, because basically the increase the productivity by the training or the skill enhancement programs in order to get the more productions and quality and other way. And at the same time, parallelly, moral questions also are missing. So, and that's why it is required some of the AI, artificial intelligence, and other kind of technology. It is a very crucial component for that. But even in the training program, also a lot of AI tools are considered. Because, for example, the presentations, how to present the things, how to prepare the notes, what type of study material is required, which are really required and in time, in the right times, because it is a very lengthy process. So, but that case, AI can be supported. All these things we can very easily, very faster mode, you can prepare and in a very correct way. Soft skills are basically like the listening and empathy. It is all a soft skill part, because we have to managers should listen carefully, subordinates issues and problems, sit together, counseling. So that's why some of the listening power is very important. IT infrastructures and hybrid work is also important. Then your then part is retaining. Now retaining is basically where the picking of a new skill, whether speaking of a new skills and how to use the new skills, new tools, proactive measures when the automation has the greatest impact. Then business government should develop some of the details to how to retain the people's employee, and to re-engineering, basically re-engineering in the case of the workplace, what are the machines are there, it may be old, so you have to put a new one, and to what are the skill or technical skills required, you have to that part engineering part is there. You have to re-engineer all the things so that they can be comfortably do the work with a high quality. So these all are part of your retraining purposes. Now coming to discovering the right talent. Now it is also one of the vital component. That is a appropriate pupil is required for the right persons in the right positions. Sometimes the qualification and experience are not fit for this particular jobs. So we have to be careful about the how people can work and in a right way and based on his capacity and the knowledge. So before that, before the recruitment, during the training also, we have to fix all these things so that it can be a success. Basically, idea is so that the talent acquisitions and method are required so that we can have a prove the talent persons. Now coming to grooming the workforce. So grooming the workforce, another component. There basically the acronyms are TUCAD2. That is, it stands for the volatile, then your uncertain, complex, ambiguous, and the digitally disruptive describes. So all these things are required in the current business environment. It is required. Then uh, basically the Ds are digitally and disruptive. There are two things are there. From the strategic standpoint, to delegate the balance, because you have to balance between your focus and the alignment, what you have focused the things and what are the things that have done. Some alignment is required, clarity of the tasks, what the work he is doing, that clarity should be there, so that unknowingly you can do. There's no target, there's no fixed amount. I mean, what are the objectives of this work, what are the specification, everything you should know. And not only the project, also what is productions, what the employee are involved in this process, they should be aware of all these things. And technology updations is also required. So emphasis needs to be widespread, and your alignment, setting up the environment where they are working, and the machinery point of view, working point of view. So that alignment is setting is the new set is required, so that they can work. And moreover, the information flow of information should be smooth, and it should be robust. Information should be there. So communication and informations are very important in this company. Now, another thing, the use of the artificial intelligence. Now, how to utilize your artificial intelligence? So already have most of the companies, they have already started the tools. Basically, the tools that they are utilizing. So we have welcome. Basically, we have welcome the artificial intelligence, and it is our lives. In future also, we have to live on this one. So we cannot avoid the things. Maybe pros and cons, there are a lot of other issues are there, but still we have to welcome the things. That revolutions or you have to welcome the things. Alexa will forecast the weather, because the Alexa, you see, it is some software. Through this way, you can understand the weather to tomorrow. So like this. So, and your Netflix is algorithms are there. This provide your recommendations, and based on our reviewing preferences. So everything are by your new intelligence. I mean the AI, right? Your artificial intelligence are considering. Question is how AI will affect humans. Now the question is there. This is the point, the important point. How AI will affect the humans, resources, and people of management. There are major risks that the use of AI will reduce the quality of the output. If there is some positive and negative, both the things are coexist, but we have to consider it the positive things. We have to search the opportunities. So HR professionals, now we come to HR professionals, will need to have the necessary abilities. They have to show themselves capable of do these things to make sure that ethics and fairness are at the foremost of AI. For example, the IBM. IBM, as you know, IBM estimated that the cost savings from using AI in human resources approach to $100 million in a single year. So you see how much amount we can cost we can save it. This is one of the survey has done in 2019. That based on the survey, they are saying regarding your IBM. Even chatbots in HR, then AI, technology, all these things are there. Now we can see that another component is DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusions in the spotlight. They are actually due to address the challenges in the workforce. There are a lot of challenges there. because people are from the different regions, different language, different cultures. So people are working together. So there are a lot of challenges, such as the bias, discriminations, harassments, and the unfair pay. Salary is not equal. So all these things, part is there. That part has to be reduced as much as possible. You have to remove all these things. Hybrid work environment raised because of that, to cope up some of the strategies taken. As you know, in the COVID time also, that hybrid system was started, work from home and official in the home only. And then it is emphasized because it has seen in the budget also, the company has saved a huge amount of money because of the electricity, sitting place environment, electricity, and in the transportation cost also reduced. So in that 79%, it is as per the survey in 2022, that 79% increase in the DI budget, because the company has budgeted DI component to increase the things. Means where these things can be reduced. Emphasize the need to train more DEI leaders in the future to improve the workforce culture and behavior. So they have invested a lot of money to generate the new leaders. And lot of matrices are there, because the recruitment matrices, through this way it can be covered up. You have to set the things accordingly. Hiring the peoples on boards and compensations, advancement, retentions, all are your part of your things. Now coming to your employee resource group, that is your ERG in short, the tools. This is basically the networking tools. This is often a venue for the different norms, and for the veterans people, they have different norms. LGBT inclusions, basically the inclusion of the people. There is LGBT works are there, and the network, the network also, all the things are to be included. Basically, then people of color, then persons with the disabilities, working parents in the workforce, is all are your part of your network. Now, hybrid work structures. Now coming to hybrid work structures. Here you see there are some post-pandemic. Now I have to talk about the post-pandemic trends in HRD. Before that, you have shown all these are your pre-pandemic trends. Now coming to your post-pandemic trends. Here in the HRP, there are hybrid work structures are there. Then it is basically after the COVID-19 that hybrid structure has developed, and majority of the enterprises and globally they have adopted the things. Now basically after March 2020 that it has happened, and new norms, as you know, new normals, everything are this word has also come up, and increase the digital work also. Because of that, we have increased the manifold digital works. Workforce is changing the hybrid work. Most of the workforce are hybrid work model. They are flexible work, which is then a lot of companies are there. There are Microsoft, then your Infosys, your Siemens, and Amazons, and your Ford, your Staff Sport. All are companies, they have adopted the things for that cultures, hybrid cultures they have adopted. Now coming to working in metaverse. Working in metaverse, as we've seen in the post-pandemic trends, that basically it is usually understood referred to a network of the 3D virtuals, where people can sit, can communicate. Maybe your main office in London, or in the USA branch, and Australia branch, or India, they can sit together and at the time, in real time format, they can discuss and they can take decisions. So this is all are the social and about the even the social bonding also can possible. They need not to come in the office or maybe the leaders or the seniors can talk to the employee in the home itself over the phone, video, visually. They can see it through these Zoom meetings, Google Meet. There are a lot of platforms are there. Through this way, they can use. So all this part of your metaverse basically. So regardless is all the virtual avatars. You can see the virtual avatars. So regardless of their locations, people can engage the metaverse if they were together in real time, real life. So virtual reality settings, so you can do the business from any locations. So through the meeting, as I said. Now coming to another component, that is your transition from employees' well-being to healthy organizations. It is very clear. The sentence is very clear that transition because the employees' well-being, how to develop that type of medical facilities are required. So employees' mental health and well-being is very necessary, and you have to emphasize on these areas. Toxic work environment sometimes it's creative problems and burnout start because of the stress. Initial stress or anxiety and all these things. When it is the end, if I not protect or if I not consider the stress levels of particular employees, maybe one fine day in these stages of the burnout stage. So that is not advisable, and it is not for a good organizations should not. Maybe any reasons, maybe the culture of the companies, maybe the individual problems, maybe the environments like this. So you have to consider it. That's why this component is very important. The transition from the employee well-being to the health organizations. So there are this following the physical health, then your mental well-being, financial fitness, social health, and community services, safe workplace, healthy culture. All are these part of your this component. Now, green human resource management. That is basically the behavior of the activities of the work. The employees, what the way they are behaving. Means it is some sort of green human resource is the positive environment. The culture are important. Contributing the factor to the environment issues, basically. So what the way they can, even in the dustbin, it's cleared or not, plastic change, water systems, everything, greeneries in the office complex, there is tree plantations. So lot of ways you can protect environment also. So that is also required. And peer, HR management, part of this HR management, all these are coming. At the same time, the human nature also to be changed so that they can more nature friendly. They should be more nature friendly. It is it is drastically reduce the stress level of the mind. When you are sitting in a garden or in the trees, you can see, or in your atmosphere, official atmosphere is so good. So that is altogether we can see the green human management part. Now, human leaderships, because the distinction between the manager and the leader is clearly demarcations are there. The leaders are basically the CEOs. They are the top leaders. They need to manage, not only lead the companies, at the same time, they have to have a good human also. So that's why human leadership is very important. Middle managers need to skill for the and middle managers, maybe they are more human contact, but still they should have a needs to be leaders. So it is a complementary each others. So all the managers should have leaders, and those who are already leaders, they should have a human empathy, sympathy, that type of quality they should have. That's why some strategies are required. Communications, telling your teamwork, collaborations, invent of the people. So through this way, you can develop the leadership process. Encourage the feedback also. Then give recognitions, awards, rewards, and compliments. So through this way, you can encourage the people so that they can lead to the top position, they can lead the in future in the company. Now flexibility. Flexibility is a new normal because you have to adjust, you have to tune everything, align the things. So there is a new normal hybrid environments are there, as we know. Then your employee motivations and remote versus office employment is a part of these things. Like this, your another year sitting in a new smoking means you have to sit in such a way so that then you can contribute more. You can reduce all these things. Then employee engagement is another issue because you have to engage the employee. Nobody should be idle, and based on their capacity, you have to engage the people. Take the optimum utilization of the humans. That is the actually employee engagement. Then contingent workforce, those who are in the labor, contract labors, they are coming from the for a short period times. So look after them, and all our chains earlier it was not very popular. Now this contingent labor force, casual labor force are in seasonal purposes. They are coming the laborers and do the work, and when the project is completed, again they can go back and they can call again after 2-3 months for the new project. So like this, some contingent workforce that concept has developed. So then your decentralization will be work side because based on your work forces and authority to delegate the powers, you need to delegate the powers to the other branches. You cannot keep in centralized. So for the better progress and real-time considerations, you have to decentralize the work sites. So power and delegations you have to distribute to the branch managers and other branches, plants, and summarize all together. You can have a centralized information system should be there, no problem. What is going on, but authority and delegation you have to, you have to give them so that that is basically the decentralization work. Okay, lot of benefits are also there from the decentralization. So this is the way it is going on. Now this coming to implementations. Implementations are basically the companies can never sufficiently read in a dynamic work environment. Some of the following advice are there. How to implement? This is developing the effective strategies for the constantly involving the work so that you have to engage the people constantly, and daily virtual water cooling and the coffee pot, as I say to the chats, people can help the people solve the issues. It gives a voice because you see, suppose maybe in a remotely setting, you can talk to them. How are you? What you are doing now? How much you come? Then slowly you can see that is the way you can always engage the people, even though after all offshores also. So some social responsibility, basically some social responsibilities are to be required. So this way, it is chances of questions and new ideas, talks about the ideas you can get it. The discussions about the training, then your development and the careers give the workers a sense of purpose and imply that they might have a future career with the company. So you have to discuss with them, sit together, and finally the outcomes are there. Some motto, this is the way you can, some win-win situations. It is not in one way, it is a bi-directional talking and discussions can be, that outcome can come. By monitoring the employees, their mental health management can prevent any serious problems they can be having. So it is all the basically the effective, how to effectively we can do it, what are the changes in the utilizations promotion. We have to include all these points. Now, some of the questions are there. What do you understand by the contemporary trends in the HRP? That type of questions will be there. Then what are the various HRP trends that you kind of discuss? And what are the various post-dynamic trends in the HRP? That we have to be details analysis the things, giving the complementary wise, giving some of the views. The third question number 3 is very important because that is the trends basically going on, the post-pandemic trends, and it is continuing, and a lot of things are changes and incorporated time to time. Now coming to your issues and challenges in the human resource planning. Here actually again the introduction and issues of the challenges you have to see post-pandemic issues and challenges and how to overcome the challenges. Now, relational psychology provide your physiology provide the foundation of the human resource management disciplines. And discipline, which are since the emerged as a crucial management tools. So human resource management departments are now essential to running modern films in the 21st century. So HR department, how it is crucial and very pivotal nowadays. And so they have to do all these things. They have to channelize all the employees towards the year 21st century so that they can all round master of particular fields. The hurdles that HR personnel face differ every day and help them be better professionals because there is a very hurdlesome because terrible work is going on and they are every time they have to new features or they have to think basically in the training programs the professional how they have to be a good better professionals. That is the main focus of theirs. So one of the management functions that show the dynamic modifications in the new millennium in HR planning. So this is the sum of functions of this. Now challenges of the globalization is posed by the 21st century, which has given the enterprises a completely new image, and that is heavily demanded on HR. A strategic partners of the business, HR's job has changed, necessitating coordinations with all other functions and assistance for the initiatives, including the recruiting and the keeping top talent, changing the organizational structures, and training and retaining personnel. As we have already discussed in number 11 also, these are all of the strategic partners of the business because HR has to do whatever the changes is required and you can take some assistance and some of the initiatives you have to develop even in the recruiting process or top talent process, how to engage the top talent and how to identify the top talents. So, and after that they have to channelize them in the mainstreams so that you can have it. Whatever the issues and challenges can be met. Now, it is also crucial to research and assess the new age human resource dynamics in national and global scenario. Because it is a continuous process. Human mind is also changing. People are educated now. They are knowledgeable because a lot of social platforms are there, YouTubes and other media. Through these way they have to recruit. Now all these things as from the company requirements. So how to you have to diagnose the things and see how to meet the global problems, how to meet this problem, what the way they can take the correct decision or not, they are able to cope up the situation or not. That way you have to prepare for this. So also the human trained reports definitely are capturing the technologic shifts in the job profiles, career choices, and talent dynamics largely. So in large, so I can say that you have to keeping in mind they're all from your career choice is also important and talent dynamics like most. So due to the rising of the globalizations and cutting edge manufacturing techniques, shifting the consumer demands and the company recognitions, HR managers are confronted with a number of difficulties. So as I read out some of the things, First thing, the globalizations, cutting edge manufacturing techniques. For that, you have to require high skilled pupils. Shifting of the consumer demands, because the consumers are demanding in different, their mindset is different. So considering all these things are so due to demand and the company recognitions, HR managers are confronted the difficulties. HR managers are working extremely hard to retain the talent. Point to be noted here. See, so that the employee should not leave the organizations after getting such a training, and lot of investment has already done against these employees, and after 6 months or 1 year, if they leave the organizations, it is a free loss. So you have to keep. That is a great channel of the challenges of the HRs. So that's why every day the HR managers are confronted with a number of difficulties. So HR managers are working extremely hard, fulfill the demands of a multicultural workforce, and reduce the personal cost. At the same time, as the HR manager, he has to see how to reduce the cost also, so that the human cost should not be increased. To fulfill the shifting needs of the 21st century, a flexible workforce must be created. So one force should be there, just like your commando force, or they can fit anywhere, they can do these things. Multitasking concepts are very much needed nowadays, because to see the 21st century, and at the same time, what are the technology, what are the new things that are coming up, how fast you are adopting, that is the main thing. As you know, you see the USA has developed something, the AI technology. Now China is now very fast, they have duplicated or copied, or they have their own AI systems developed. So that is the beauty. This is to see the competitions. What the way they have developed things, their own way they have started. And in our India also, we should have a separate. Why should I depend on the other countries? So that the things are really needs for the challenges for the 21st century. How fast and how best we can do it. Our indigenous system should be there, so that we should not depend on the others. The issues and challenges in the HRP, again, the part is some of the human resource planning is one of the most important tasks of the HR managers. We are repeatedly saying that these things, that is what are the increased responsibilities has increased in the HR managers. Regarding the HR functions in the 21st century, the organizations have altered from behind the senses to becoming the critical differentiator in the business. Now they have to analyze the things, how the differences are there, how to make the closer the gap should be, how to close the gaps, what are the differences, how to close the gaps, depletions, layers should be reduced. So that is why all the managers now acting as a differentiators in the business. The human resource management is facing a lot of problems nowadays because of the development of the internet enabled technologies. So because of the technologies, the advancement of the technologies, so it is another issues and challenges. We are facing the problems. Even though if we are innovating, suppose you are startup or new things today, new ideas, you don't know after 3 months that idea can be obsolete. I mean, may not be required for the. But that is the one issue. You are developing something, you are investing something. So after 3 months, it may or may not be required. Maybe new challenges are coming up. That is one of the problem issues are there. So when you are in the developing stage, you have to consider, you have to foresee that should be sustained at least should be sustainable for at least 5 to 10 years. Then only you will be succeed. So this is another issue. Because of the internet, you see the technologies are available. So it is predicted that business will face many human resource issues, and the major challenges will be developing and retaining the capable employees in the organizations. So because of that, it's a great challenge to retain the people in the same positions and to develop them, because of the other competitions are more. Now, issues and challenges of the HRD, again, some of the another point, the emotional health of the employees is also important as a mental health. So emotional health and mental health are correlated, because you see, when your health is not well, you will feel some of the anxiety, or maybe you are mentally not okay. Your emotional levels will be bad, not correctly. You can show your emotions where it is, but basically emotional intelligence will fail you. So emotional health employees is also important as a mental health. So both the things are very important. The entire hiring pattern hence is sensing a paradigm shift. So when you are entering the hiring the people, the pattern also to be changed. What type of employee are required? Why? What is your objectives? What is the goals? What type of data? Your job analysis are there. Your job tasks, design specifications are really fit for this person or not. Will be so from the all angles. You have to see earlier. Maybe okay, you are recruited because this qualification is there. Maybe 3 years, 4 years experience is there. Okay, you can join and start the work. But not like this. Nowadays, there are changes. HR people have to see from the all angles. There is a paradigm shift now. So, in order to find the finest applicants, so in order to find the finest applicants for various divisions inside a firm, human resource managers are now also exploring social networking platforms like AI enables services along the Facebook and the LinkedIn. You see sometimes, for example, suppose you are a recruiting manager. You are advertising and lot of applications have received. Applicants are received. There are so many things they have written. Now you have to, as a recruit managers or as a personal managers, you have to verify from the Facebook or the LinkedIn, because they have already given their or more details they have given. Maybe in the time of applications, they have not elaborated some of the things. So they are behavioral patterns in the Facebook, what type of photos, what type of contents they are delivering in the post they are posting. Based on this, you can give an idea of your behavioral pattern. You can have a make a card. So okay, this person is this type of thing because he has a human. So maybe he qualified, his experience, but what the other part of his life, you can easily judge the things. So all the divisions, you have to see within the company when you are reshuffling or promotions, that part definitely you have to see. And at the same time, when you are recruiting from the hiring from the others, through it, that time you are exploring the social networking platform also. Idea is so that you can have a 100% judge, 100% ensure that person is good, and he will be a fit for our company. That is the idea with these things. So the human resources managers must design a work environment that boosts employees' morale and enhance the productivity. So, and then another of the things is very important things. Design of the work important, because if you feel unhappy, there is no job satisfactions. he is not willingly doing this job, by pressure he is doing job, then it may be a wrong may it may be a problem, because the quality may be deteriorate, is mentally happy, is not happily doing the jobs, half-heartedly he is doing because of the money only. So that part you have to see, your work design should be in such a way he should feel happy and do the work with the commitment. So that is actually one survey, that is Saxena 2021. He has developed or given an article like this way. So that environment, design of work environment is very important, and that it should boost the employees more. If it's a good working environment, then people can happily work. His health will be healthy, and mentally also will be happy. So it's a both way. That is very good symbols. Now, issues and challenges in the HRP again. Here, we will try to cover the possible challenges. Now, possible challenges of the HR in the Indian HR in the near futures. Following are some of the challenges faced by the HR. Identifying the talent as per the business development plans. Assessing the employability dynamics. Attracting the talent. Reskilling and upskilling of the talent. And employee retentions. So it is basically challenges faced by the HR. Now, keeping all these things, these are all the challenges. If you are keeping in mind all these challenges or issues, whatever it is, then you can have a better way you can recruit the people, better way you can serve the people, better way you can do these employees benefits, whatever the things are required. So So first of all, you have to, what are the challenges or problems or issues, you jot down. So you have to write somewhere, and then you have to inquire the things, how best practices are there to solve these problems. So this is some of the areas that there. All the 5 points are very important for retaining these to face the challenge. If we face these challenges successfully, then definitely we will reputate organizations globally. Also, it will be reputed. Okay, other challenges also there. Career development and growth and maintaining of the fluidity, strengthening the organizational culture and heterogeneous workforce. Then you're managing and resolving the conflicts, because there should not be any problems within the employees, within the managers. There are some conflicts are there that should be solved as early as possible. Managing generational workforce, then flexible work hours. That is very important, because flexible work hours you have to adopt it, because people are coming from different places, different situations they are coming. If you have a quarter systems within the premises, the quarters are there, residential and the office is there, maybe not much problems. But if they are in the outside different locations, so then you have to have a flexible work culture is required. Diversity, equality, and inclusion of the practices and other issues. Especially in our India, the diversity is very pivotal problems. Work-life balance is also important, because you have to, especially for the women workers, they are suffering a lot, because they have to, one way they have to maintain the families and the officials, both the areas they are doing. So give some time and let them discuss what type of timing they are required. So based on this, you have to do it, so that work-life balance can be maintained. And others also, if they require, so that they can fit this. Suppose some children problems, maybe some of the newborn babies, They have to some crate systems will be there. They have to keep it that feeding rooms and all these things. Most of the companies are the nutrition companies are doing. The Europe countries also there are some separate rooms are there. There you can put their kids for some times, and they can work also in between. There even in the company they have recruited some of the nurse and doctors also, and some of the maids also, so that they can see their children, those are newborn babies or something. So that is the way that facility should be there, and this is the way we can reduce some of the problems, especially for the women. Like this. And their leave systems are to be revised. These paternity leaves and all these things, study leaves or some parental leaves. There are a lot. This is the way things, and what the way they want that things. So new age fluid yet robust policies and the regulations. So compensations are there also one of the issues in your variables, then your retention shapes, contractual partnerships. These are all are the issues and challenges are there. They are listed around 50 to 16 challenges are there, issues are there. Maybe you have to identify what are the challenges in your organizations and how best you can do it. That is the main things. Now, post-pandemic issues and the challenges, as you know, the epidemic, COVID-19 epidemic and the subsequent years have forced important changes in the workforce, in the working practices. We are now changes, lot of change has been done. We have learned from the COVID-19. The workforce of the future is less concerned with pursuing a professions, no matter what. Instead, they value continuity in their career pathways and the freedom to work remotely. The biggest HR challenges we will soon encounter in this, and we need to be ready for fulfill the demands. Roy, there's a 2022. He has one of the article. He is saying the biggest HR challenges we'll soon encounter in this. We need to be ready to fulfill the demands. Where the post-pandemic challenges, there is a mental health and the well-being, as we have seen, managing the remote work, how to manage this, lack of agility, employee communications. This is one of the biggest problems. Sometimes communications are not properly, the flow of informations are not there. There's the MIS, the management of information systems, are not correctly implemented through this notice board, Gmail, your announcement, agenda, replay. So many ways are there. Now another thing is uncertainty. This is one of the biggest challenges. Uncertainty in terms of your environmental problems, your earthquake, or maybe any exchange of economic changes globally. This is all of the uncertainties there. Then this is also affected. This is all an impact in the human life, even those things. Disease is one of the things. You don't know what type of disease will come. So you have to healthy food. But I mean, you have to lifestyle has to be changed. You have to take it from the food point of view, your work mentality, your food, then other. You have to be ready for the challenges. So there's a lot of things like this. Employee engagements, because if he's something idle, then his mentality will be different. So you have to engage them with a good work so that he can develop and the productivity can be increased. Then you're managing the hybrid work model. Hybrid work model has to be managed and it should be there. So all our post-pandemic issues and challenges are there. So accordingly, it is listed out. Now, then one of the most important challenges HR manager have the current corporate environments, and you see, and even as you do the work assess the past event. Some of the points are to be here. Some of the points are important. That is, do my hiring the decisions follow a budget, the workforce plan? What the workforce plan? The budget is also important. Do we currently have the up-to-date current job descriptions? So the questions, that question itself will give you the answers. What measures have I taken to protect the profits? How specially do those apply to how I pay my employees? So this is all. How can I maintain the expand of the staff where workers feel secure and appreciated for the work they do? So all are the points, the challenges, understand the things and work on the things. How to overcome these challenges, encouraging the continuous education through this education only, creating the positive environments, utilizing the emotionals, invest the leadership development, effective communication, adaptability and agility. Through this, we can overcome the challenges. Now, some of the important questions are from the related to you. This units. What are the various HRB challenges? You have to list out, which I have shown. Then what are the post-pandemic challenges? That also in the slides, in these sessions we have already discussed. And what are the various ways of overcome issues, the challenges? In the last, this is the way to overcome the issues. So this is the basically type of questions you can expect from the in these units and from the exam purposes also. So I think in this way we now complete the block number 4 itself, total courses completed. Now in the next session, we have to go for the review sessions. All blocks we have to review and we have to give some of the recap and all these things. So next sessions will be very important for the purposes. So okay, thank you very much.